Here's the first question you're asking about. So the first thing is I want you to plot all these on the grid as best you can. So these are just, you can all look at these as x, y coordinates. So this first one, 16. Whoops. Let me shrink that. This would be 16 comma 17. This would be 17 comma 19. So I'm just going to go through one by one. 16 comma 17 would be right here over to 16 up to 17, right about there. And you just do that for all of them. Okay. It's kind of tedious. So the next thing you need, it says predict the value of the second quiz score if a student scored a 20 on the first test. Well, before I can do that, I need to figure out the regression equation that relates to two pieces of data. So I'm going to start by putting it into my L1 and L2. I put first quiz into L1, second quiz into L2. So now I'm going to go to stat, over to my calculate. I'm going to calculate a linear regression line. AX plus B. Don't use 8. They're kind of the same thing, just reverse. Stick with 4. So that says my X list is coming from L1, my Y list is coming from L2, and I'm going to calculate. So I'm going to get, all I really care about is the A value and the B value. So let me write this down. I have Y equals 0.7394 times X plus 4.5426. Okay? So that means if X is its first quiz score, Y is going to be the second quiz score. So I'm just going to plug in X for the first, or just plug in 20 for the value of X. So I have 20 times 0.7394 plus 4.5426. So it looks like they did a 19.3. I don't know how they went around it, but we could just say the 19. Okay? Number 7 is the same thing, except they've just given you the readout. They've given you what A and B is. So you're just going to write out the equation. Y equals A, negative 1.11 times X, plus B, 28.125. It says use this to predict the number of sit-ups a person who watches 1.5 hours of TV can do. So you're just going to replace 1.5 for X, and then you'll solve for Y. Okay, here I'm finding the correlation coefficient, so I'm just going to pause the video and plug that data into my calculator. Okay, so I have the data in my L1 and L2. There's two ways you can really do this if you're looking for the correlation coefficient. I'm going to stick to the one that's shown in the video on our course materials. So after I have the information in there, I'm going to go to Stat. I'm going to go to my test menu, and I'm going to scroll down to the Lin-Ray t-test, option F. So my X values are coming from L1, my Y values are coming from L2, and frequencies are all 1. I'm just going to let this beta equals rho to be not equal to 0. So then I'm going to calculate. Gives me a bunch of stuff here, but all I want is the R value. That's my correlation coefficient. This should be negative 0.857. Okay. I believe that's the only issues I saw. So yeah.